Hey guys, LastBrohican here, and I'm coming at you with a game called Boarding Action. It's currently in pre-alpha, so the scope of it is pretty small at the moment, but it is a sci-fi action shooter with some platform elements, if I had to say so. The author of the game goes by Graftwidgy, and I have to say, I think that Boarding Action, while very small and simple right now, has a lot of potential to be an actually really cool game. So far, the premise of the game has you start out in a junker ship that kind of collects salvage, and this is how they kind of walk through the controls with you and show you how, oxygen works, how to open doors properly when entering into space, grabbing stuff, moving it into the ship, and getting money. So there's also an entrepreneurial aspect to it, and I think once the game expands and evolves, we could really see like a cool ship layout, more crew members, something like of that nature. Your second task of the game is to investigate this lone decrepit freighter, and it's kind of gives a weird creepy feeling when you're walking around the ship. I mean, the lights are flashing, there's dead bodies everywhere, and there's all this collectible loot that you can bring back to the salvage ship. And then you have to fight some bad guys who maybe have gone crazy. I don't know, you're not given a whole lot of context as to why they're fighting you, but it gives a very cool atmospheric feeling. There's a lot of games out there, space games like Space Engineers, that has what it could take to be like a really cool spaceship boarding party sort of thing, but they don't execute that well at all. And the scope for them is too big. Where I like this game because there's no BS around it. You go right to the ship, you start fighting, you start duking it out, and then you carry off with whatever loot you want. This game also adds a really cool blend of space physics that I haven't really seen in most other space age games like Space Engineers. When you board onto a ship, you need to go through an airlock capsule, so you need to remove oxygen, get into the capsule, get into the doorway, then have oxygen get reintroduced, then you get into the ship itself. That's something that was confusing to me at first, but made a lot of sense as the game went on. And then, you can do awesome things like blow open the side of the spaceship and have everything come sucking out, and then even basically suck you out with it. I've never even would have thought of doing that. I think that's such a cool and original concept. Well, this game definitely has its positives and definitely has potential. There are some pain points though with it. The first one that I really noticed was the combat itself. The AI just immediately just kamikazed right to you. There isn't really any sort of strategic gunfighting going out. Obviously this is pre-alpha, so the developer still needs to work on that and fine-tune it to actually have better gunfighting combat. And then also, there's a lack of character animations for your own avatar. You can just see in the reflections that you're just literally a thing, a entity holding a gun. There's no shadow for you or anything like that. The jetpack control when you're outside in space is a little bit wonky. It's almost a little bit too unforgiving, and you just might find yourself zipping around left and right, unable to actually get to the space door. Those are two of my bigger pain points with it, but I still think this game could really go places if the developer sticks with it. I can't wait to see what more he has to offer. If I had to give this game a rating right now just on the scenario alone, I'd probably give it about a B, maybe a B-. There's still potential there, but still needs a lot of work. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and as always guys, happy gaming, gamers.